Hi everybody, this is the tutorial for Holy Grail. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. So to play the song the easiest, we need a capo on the first fret. If you're in need of a capo, there is a link to one in the description below. But what we do at the start of the song is we have a G major chord. Now I'll be talking about these chords in reference to the capo. So G major starts with 3 on the E string, 2 on the A, 0, 0, 0, and then a 3 on the high E string. What happens is we play 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we do is we go to what we call a G/F sharp, which is a passing chord, which is 2 on the E string, 0 on every other string, and then a 3 on the high E string. So it goes from G to the G/F sharp. We then have 4 counts of E minor, which is an open E string, 2, 2 on the A and D strings, and 0 on the remaining strings G, B, and E. And that's down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So, putting that with the first couple of chords, we get... We then get an A minor chord, which is an open A string, 2, 2 on the D and G, 1 on the B and an open E, then a G, and then a full bar of D major. And D major is an open D string, 2 on the G, 3 on the B and 2 on the high E string. Now I'm going to play that set of chords for you once round so you can see how it all fits together, because let's be honest, there's a ton of chords and there's going to be a lot more coming up. So we have G major, so that is going to be the part of the song where the vocals come in, that first verse. And we're going to cycle around those chords 2 times for that first verse. We then get to a pre-chorus, which has a very interesting chord of E flat major. Now, a good way of playing this with the capo is take a D major chord, slide everything up a fret, and focus just on those 3 strings. 1, 2, E minor, 2. So the pre-chorus starts off with a really interesting passing chord, basically. Just like that G/F sharp doesn't sound great on its own, just like this doesn't sound great on its own, but in context it really, really works well. So we have the E flat chord, 1, 2, E minor, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. And C major is 3 on the A string, 2 on the D, an open G, 1 on the B, and an open E string. We then go to D major for a full bar, C to D. Now, you might be thinking there's a ton of chords there. It's only going to get more full on when we get to the chorus. So it's worth mentioning that if you would like the chord chart for this song, which has all the chords in the correct order for the full song, as well as the chords and the lyrics matched up, so let's say you want to sing and play along to the track and you want to know which chord goes with which word, then head on over to Patreon. There is a link in the description, and for the price of a coffee you get everything wrote out professionally. So feel free to check that out. However, what I'm going to do now is play through the pre-chorus in one go so you know what it sounds like. We then get to the chorus, and the chorus has a bunch of chords that are slightly different, but some of them that are the same. So what happens is we have a C chord and a G chord sharing the same bar, 2 beats on each. I'm just playing down, 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 up, down, 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 up. We then go to D major and then E minor. It then continues with C to G and then a full bar of D. Now what you've just played there is the first part of the chorus. We have another part to go. So yeah, it might be worth checking out that extra stuff on Patreon, because yeah, there's so much going on with this song. We then go from C to G again. We then get a lovely chord of B7. Yeah, really interesting chord to put into this song. B7 is 2 on the A string, 1 on the D, 2 on the G, 0 on the B, and then a 2 on the high E string. And that goes to E minor. We then continue with C and G. And then another really interesting chord, which is outside of the key of the song. However, that doesn't really matter, you don't need to know that. What we have is an A7 chord with an open A string, 2 on the D, an open G string, 2 on the B, and then an open E string. We then have a bar of C major and a bar of G major. So what I'll do is play through the full chorus once round so you can see how all of this fits together. Here we go. So there we go, quite a lot going on with the first part of the song, and the good news is we start to get a little bit of repetition. So looking over to my notes, we have a second verse, and the second verse is the same as the first verse. So we're just playing the G, G/F sharp, E minor, A minor, G and D. Do that twice round for the second verse. However, we then get a pre-chorus which is different to the first pre-chorus. We have a B major chord, which will have to be a bar chord, which is 2 on the A string, 4, 4, 4 on the D, G and B, and then the barred finger on fret 2 will pick up that string there. It goes to C major for a bar, and 2 lots of D major. And that will be the second pre-chorus. We then have some more good news. The next chorus, same as the first chorus, so just repeat all the chords that you did then again. However, we then have a outro, and the outro is a little bit different again. We have G major, then C major, going to a C minor chord, and this is going to have to be another bar chord, which is 3 on the A string, 5, 5 on the D and G, 4 on the B, and then the 3 on the high E string, picked up by the barred finger. So that's the last chord that we'll need for this song. But what happens for the full outro is this: G major, C to C minor, G major, then E minor. We then have C, C minor, G major, C to C minor, and a G major to end it all. So there we go, there are an absolute ton of chords in this, what I think is a beautiful song, yeah. I've never heard this artist before, and this is the first time I've listened to a piece of his, and I think it sounds fantastic, especially with the likes of all these chords. But there's a lot to remember, so like I said, links are in the description for the Patreon content where you get everything right out professionally, so feel free to check that out. I'd also like to say thanks to the people on the screen who are my active patrons. The moment this video goes live, they'll get access to that content straight away. So thanks to them for their support, thanks to you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.